If you're thinking about setting up your own little station to sing your favorite karaoke songs and want decent sound quality, you're gonna have to make some investments. Yeah, there are tons of karaoke kits and gadgets out there, but honestly, most of them are pretty questionable when it comes to quality. So let's talk about a setup that's more suited for people who are a bit more serious about their singing. First off, you'll need a mic, or two. Plus, you'll need an audio interface, usually hooked up to a computer via USB. There are other ways, but USB is the easiest and most common. You're also gonna need a computer. Ideally, something like an Apple Mac Studio, better hardware and a system that handles audio software like a champ. But yeah, in Brazil that's crazy expensive, almost unreachable for most people. So most folks end up going with a Windows or Linux machine. This setup will basically run what's called a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation Software, which manages your audio hardware, meaning your computer plus the external audio interface. Finally, you'll need an audio amp and some good speakers. It's also a good idea to get a pair of headphones for specific situations. If you want to go further, most audio interfaces also let you plug in musical instruments, both analog, like guitars or acoustic instruments, and digital, like keyboards, synths, or MIDI controllers. Actually, having a controller is a pretty cool option. Let's break these items down. Microphone. A good, affordable mic choice is simple. Go for a Shure SM58. If you're tight on budget, there are generic SM58 style options out there. In Brazil, you can go with a Waldman mic. It's got great bang for the buck. Just make sure you get a compatible cable for your interface. Never, ever try to use adapters. Bad connections are guaranteed headaches. Even though your voice only covers a certain frequency range, it's made of harmonics that can make it sound better, or worse. So yeah, a good mic with a wide and friendly frequency response can be the difference between sounding like a megaphone, or sounding natural. Audio interface. Be careful here, really careful. This piece is almost as important as the singer behind the mic. You need something reliable. Do your research before buying. There are some really cheap interfaces out there that honestly suck. They'll introduce latency, lag, make your voice sound metallic, and won't handle effects that can improve your vocal harmonics. I've been using a Tascam US 1800 for over 5 years now. It's discontinued, but Tascam has newer models with similar quality. It's above average for sure, with great value for the price. Yeah, mine has a ton of inputs, maybe even overkill for most people, but trust me, at some point, you'll want to plug in more than one mic, or a guitar, or a sax, or even better, a MIDI controller or keyboard. A good interface basically lets you build a mini studio at home that'll cover most of your needs. You'll be able to record vocals, instruments, and edit everything inside your DAW. It won't replace a pro studio, but it'll get you on the right track toward good quality. The computer. This is the machine that'll run your DAW. Like I said before, Macs are great, but in Brazil, their price is just insane. So you'll probably end up going with a Windows or Linux machine. Forget about trying to do this on your Android phone. Not even worth discussing the frustration you'll go through. The more powerful your computer, more CPU, more RAM, the better it'll handle heavy apps like Ableton, Pro Tools, and others. Going deep into specs would make this video/article way too long, so here's my advice. Check the minimum system requirements on the websites of your chosen DAW, then buy something that meets or exceeds those specs. If you're gonna move around a lot, get a laptop. If you're setting up in a fixed spot, go for a desktop, it'll be stronger and easier to upgrade later on. The DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. This is a tricky choice, especially for beginners. Every DAW has its strong points in specific situations. And to be honest, most of them aren't exactly beginner-friendly. You'll have to watch tutorials, read manuals, and go through a learning curve. So here's my tip. Start with Cakewalk. It has a free version and a paid one with support. It's relatively user-friendly.
The city lights, you're falling in love.
Once you get the hang of it, check out Ableton. It probably has the largest library of instruments and samples in the world, tons of tutorials, and you can do almost anything with it, live or in the studio. Ableton's my personal choice. I'm not even saying it's the best, but it works great for me, so I never really felt the need to dive deep into others. Not naming names, but there's one DAW that's so over the top with anti-piracy measures that it needs a physical hardware key to run. I even got a free license when I bought a keyboard. Ask me if I use it. I don't. The amplifier. I use two old Gradients, Brazilian brand. The market has lots of options nowadays. For good sound, the amp needs solid frequency response, good lows and highs. Mids? Almost any amp can handle those. But don't forget, a great amp is useless without good speakers. Speakers are a big topic by themselves, so besides doing more research, be extra careful when buying. Cheap speakers often fake their wattage claims. There's only one real measure of power, what RMS. Everything else is marketing fluff. Also, it's not just about power. A trained ear will want more than just volume. You don't have to be an electronics engineer. Bad audio is obvious to anyone who loves music. Headphones. You definitely want headphones, especially if you plan to do more than just sing for fun, like editing or composing. Which kind? The big, over-ear ones that fully cover your ears. They're more comfortable and help block outside noise. You can go for classic analog headphones, plugged in via P2 or P10 jack to your amp or audio interface, or USB models that bypass the interface. I use both, but honestly, most of the time, the analog ones are better for this. It's important that what you hear in your headphones matches as closely as possible what comes out of your speakers. Personally, I use a Roland RH200 for analog and a Redragon Lamia USB for digital. But that's totally up to you. If you're picky about sound, I gotta say, the Redragon Lamia is kind of a miracle for its price, but it's better suited for direct listening, not for serious interface work. And if you want to go beyond karaoke and actually start creating music, a MIDI controller keyboard from Akai is a great next step. But we'll talk more about that another time. So, welcome to the world of karaoke. The Bighouse Karaoke channel has been built with a lot of love and care. If you're thinking of starting your own karaoke channel, go for it. Just keep in mind, it's a hobby that eats up time, and doesn't make money. Songs have copyright. So usually, you won't make a dime from your karaoke versions. Sometimes, the copyright holders will even block your uploads. So, big thanks to the artists and publishers who allow people to sing their songs, and by doing so, allow us to create karaoke versions for everyone to enjoy.